Newfoundland-born soprano Tonia Cianciulli is determined to share the legacy of opera singer Georgina Sterling of Twillingate. For the past 2 summers, Cianciulli has traveled the island performing the songs that best represented Sterling's life, and along with her grandfather, author Calvin Evans, they hope to publish a book dedicated to the life of Georgina Sterling. Take a look.
Georgina Sterling was born here in Twillingate in 1867, and she was the daughter of Dr. William Sterling, the town doctor and who administered to people all across Newfoundland. And from a very young age, they discovered that she and her sisters had beautiful musical talent, and so she was sent off to Toronto actually at a very young age, about 16 years old, just a few months after her mother had passed, for musical training. And then she was sent over to Paris and sang for one of the most renowned voice teachers in Europe and across the world actually. Like, if you are in the classical and opera world, you know this woman. Her name is Matilda Marchesi, and she was most famous for training female operatic voices. And so Georgina had went and auditioned for her and was met with just such excitement over what a gift and a talent she had, saying that she was going to be like the next, you know, world famous operatic diva, and that she was going to do marvelous things.
So far from home, better watch out for what you eat.
Well, in 1993, my grandparents gave me a book by Amy Louise Peyton written on Georgina Sterling, and I did the classic judge a book by its cover, and I put it back on the shelf. And because I was into other Italian and Greek operatic divas at the time, and it was just about 1.5 years ago now that I picked the book off the shelf and started reading it, just with a desire to connect more with my roots. And so I thought back to that book, and I realized that her birth year coincided with Canada's 150th. So right away, I thought this could be a really great way to honor both her and Canada. And I also realized that a lot of the repertoire that she performed across churches in Newfoundland and abroad when she was performing in Europe were lined up almost identically to music that I had performed throughout my career so far. And so I started making a list of all this repertoire that we had in common, and they were all seemed to be pieces that really meant something to me personally and resonated with me as a musician. Well, last year I started the concerts. We did some concerts in St. John's, and then we came back another time and did a concert here in Twillingate. And this year we did St. John's, Trinity, and now again in Twillingate, her hometown. And the program is a beautiful combination of sacred solos, hymns, some Irish folk pieces, a beautiful piece that was written by Newfoundland's Ron Hines called Marie, that he wrote about her. One of her stage names was Marie Twillingate. And weaved in between the pieces, actually this time, my grandfather, Calvin Evans, who's a veteran Newfoundland author, is reading some beautiful kind of poetic sections lifted from a book that we're co-authoring together. So just to give the audience a little bit of flavor and feel for her life and what it was like when she would go across to Europe, and what it was like returning at the end of her career, and just giving them a little bit of history on her as well.